Poor conservatives. Elections Canada actually charges them for that in-out money laundering scheme. Naturally, they're confused. Election time is the only time they have to keep track of what they spend on media. The rest of the time, they just get it for free. Right-wing ideologues get billions in free media every year. In the US, news channels like Fox spew neocon vitriol around the clock for the Republican Party. Harper almost got Sun Media to bring the same shit to Canada. The National Post, The Sun, and Maclean's kill millions of trees every year to overtly promote big money's ideology. Last week, I experimented with forcing myself to listen to AM talk radio. It was painful and frightening. Listening to News Talk 1010, I felt like a Tutsi tuning in Radio Rwanda before the genocide. The spew of toxin against workers and unions can only be described as hate. No one listening would know that it's a human right to form or join a trade union. Listening to this station, you'd think supporting a union is like getting fitted for a vest by Al-Qaeda. If this media environment had existed in the 60s and 70s, the Vietnam War would have raged until 1989, Nixon would have finished his second term, and black people wouldn't be getting served at the Walmart McDonald's. Even ostensibly public media like the CBC have taken a hard turn to the right. Publicity for the Lang and O'Leary exchange purports that it's a balanced debate on economics. But the reality is that Amanda Lang's a sweet young market fundamentalist arguing semantics with Kevin O'Leary, a boorish, middle-aged market fundamentalist. I'd like to see them replace Amanda Lang with Naomi Klein. That would give the asshole a run for his money. The smoking gun of the corporate media agenda is that the Wisconsin battle largely underreported. When the Tea Party assembles a few dozen toothless crazies, it's a movement. But when 200,000 middle-class Americans occupy a state house in defense of collective bargaining, it's time to bury the lead. Think of it as Mubarak's state television broadcasting an empty Tahrir Square right to the end. In an ironic turn, Russian news network RT is the most reliable broadcaster for the news from Wisconsin. So mass journalism is dead. But long live the net! Traditional media has become infotainment and propaganda, if not outright psychological warfare. The only counter-perspective comes from the street, via the net, or from foreign providers with competing interests. Today's media is just an instrument of corporate dominance. Vast conglomerates now have complete monopolistic control of all the media except the internet. And they're working to throttle the internet. The recent CRTC decision about pay-per-use internet proves it. The anti-competitive decision only became an issue after the netizens revolted. The public guardian of our media decided there would be no more all-you-can-eat internet. This will choke off the bandwidth needed for video streaming applications. Thus, the big TV providers and their pet regulator will keep you paying for shitty TV instead of watching free internet. They know that set-top media boxes can do for big TV what Napster did for the music industry. And when we can surf the net with remote controls and watch unmediated real TV on our flat screen, everything changes. In revolution, you have to take and hold the airwaves. Today, that means you have to hack, pirate, jam, and create the culture of resistance. So let's defend the wires and make the rebel content that will finally turn the people from the litany of lies. For Rabble TV, in Toronto, I'm Umberto da Silva.
We want the airwaves.